Welcome to the GRN, the Growth and Resilience Network, where every episode brings you targeted stories and strategies about professional and personal growth and resilience. Hi, I'm Steve Piscitelli, and I'm your host, and I'm coming to you from my world headquarters. That's right, world headquarters here in Atlantic Beach, Florida. Now today, while I'm still in Atlantic Beach, I've kind of moved to a remote studio here at the Atlantic Beach Elementary School. Yes, we're at an elementary school today, and of all things, we're going to have a conversation about leadership with four, I think you'll find them surprising guests. Okay, surprising? Well, just wait, and I'll tell you a little bit about them. You know, when we talk about leadership, the first thing we want to know, and our guests will help us with this, is what does it mean? I did a Google search and found that there were millions and upon millions of hits on the word leadership. You know, does leadership mean control? Does it mean guidance? Does it mean direction? Does it mean being kind? Does it mean being honest, collaborating, listening? Does it mean something else? Are leaders born as leaders, or do they become leaders? Can you learn to become a leader? What do leaders need to do to be considered great leaders? And I understand these four people are great leaders at their school here. So specifically, my guests today take a look at leadership as it relates to elementary school students. And we're going to do it from their perspective. Many times we hear about teachers telling us what it means, but we're going to hear what the students have to say. And I've got four students all going into the 5th grade next month, and they lead their classmates here at this school. So how do they help themselves and their classmates reflect and grow and overcome maybe failures and enjoy successes? And maybe we'll talk a little bit about bullying and how leaders help with that, and any other challenges that they might deal with themselves and help their classmates deal with. So our four student leaders sitting in front of us, we have Kate Gallagher. Say hello, Kate.
Hi.
And we have Carson Schubert.
Hello.
We have Melissa Webb.
Hello.
And Charlotte O'Donnell.
Hi.
Hi. All right. I'm going to call you my young scholar leaders today, okay? We're grateful you're taking time, especially from your summer break, to sit down and educate us, because I think a lot of adults need to hear what you have to say today, in addition to students. So talk to us like we're one of your 5th grade classmates, okay? Especially me. I need help here. All right, so we welcome, friends. We ready? Okay.
Yes.
So let's start with, what does leadership mean to you? And I'll let anybody who wants to join in just jump on in. Carson?
It means that you're a good role model for the younger kids of our school.
Good role model. Okay. Anybody else? What does leadership mean? Charlotte?
It means that you're a leader everywhere you go, not just when you're at school.
Oh. So it's not just something you put on and take off. You're a leader all the time.
Yes.
You can't turn it off.
No.
No. Okay. How did you become a student leader?
Good grades, leading people, a role model, and that's mainly it.
So good grades helped. Yeah. Okay. Did you volunteer for this, Melissa? Were you asked? Did somebody come and say, Melissa, we think you'd be a great leader?
Yes.
They came to you. So somebody recognized that you had qualities. Powerful. Kate, how'd you become a leader here at Atlantic Beach Elementary School?
Good grades and just good grades.
Just good. Well, does it help to be? Does a leader have to be a listener?
Yeah.
Do you have to listen to your classmates?
Yeah, or else you won't really help them at all.
Yeah, because sometimes maybe people just talk but don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a listener. Carson, how'd you come to be a leader here at the school?
You can help out your fellow classmates.
Okay, we're going to come back. That's a good point. We're going to come back to that. I'd like you to maybe be thinking about what are some of the things that leaders here, you and your other leaders, what is it that you do to help your classmates? So, and Charlotte, how'd you become a leader here?
Well, when I skipped a grade, I had a lot of friends who helped me become a leader, and the good grades, they definitely helped.
So do you have friends who are leaders?
Yes.
Yes. So leaders hang with leaders. You attract good people, and you hang with good people. That's great. Tell us, can you think of an issue, and I'm coming back to something that Carson had said about you're listening to your classmates. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe an issue that you've had to address, you had to work with, help your classmates with here at Atlantic Beach as a leader?
Oh.
Charlotte, you got something. You should have just seen her face just light up, folks.
A while ago, last year, we had a little trouble on the playground. We loved freeze tag and tag, and something happened. Somebody got into a fight, and it was bad, and the principal got into it, and tag got banned, and a lot of stuff happened, and it was just really...
And did the leaders of the school need to do something about that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, just to be clear, so the people listening understand, when you said the principal got into the fight, the principal wasn't fighting.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Principal was helping break that up. Yeah. Were there some lessons that came out of that?
Definitely.
You want to share one of them?
So we figured out, don't hang out with the wrong people. That was our best friend, one of our best friends.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. And don't hang out. So the people that you are friends with, the people you work with, do you find that to be important? It's almost like an ingredient in relationships, in leadership.
Yes, sir.
Is there I hear a lot about something called bullying. Could one of you describe what that means? Kate?
Bullying is when these people, they start picking on you. Could be a person, but like they start picking on you and just really hurts your feeling.
Now, as leaders, what can you do to help with bullying? Or what have you done? Just share your ideas.
You could tell an adult, like the principal or your teacher or any adult that's with you, to stop that person from bullying another person.
All right, so you've witnessed it, you've seen it, and then you go to someone who can do something about it, keeping yourself safe at the same time, right? Anybody else?
There was this one time on the playground where this kid, he like got knocked down. I don't know what they were playing, but and these kids, they like started throwing mulch at him while he was on the ground, and I guess I just kind of saw it, and I told them to stop, and then I like ran to go get the teacher.
And then, okay, so you stepped in. You saw something that wasn't appropriate or right, and you took some action. Yeah. How'd you feel when you did that?
It felt good.
Did you feel like you were helping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carson, did you want to?
You can stand up for the person that's getting bullied. Try and stop it. If they keep on doing it and doing it and doing it.
Yeah, and each one of you so far have said, too, that you then go and you get a teacher or a principal or a vice principal and someone who can help, an adult that can step in. But you're and Carson, I think, from a leader standpoint, that's an important quality. You're standing up for people, maybe sometimes standing up for people who either can't or won't stand up for themselves.
Just in case if there's not an adult around.
Sure. Kate, did I see a hand go up there? Did you want to add something?
Well, at the beginning of the year in 4th grade, a few of these girls, they started a club, and they would only let certain people in their club, and I guess that me and one of my friends, our best friends, were in the club, but then they wouldn't let us in the club. And so, I mean, I guess that we kind of got hurt just because we weren't allowed in the club, and like we weren't really hanging out with our best friends.
That brings me to another question, Kate. Thank you for that. When something goes wrong, maybe it's a grade you get from a class that's not what you had hoped for, or as Kate was sharing, maybe you would hope to be in some sort of a club, but you're not, or somebody speaks mean to you, or something where you just feel poorly. What do you do to kind of bring yourself back, to bounce back and, to say, okay, now I'm going to move on? How do you do that? How do you stay positive?
Well, you should do something that you love. With me, whenever I get mad, I usually play basketball or football to calm me down.
So when something happens to you that might be disappointing, you turn to sports, athletics, and that helps you bounce back. I saw some other hands go up. How do you do that?
I run when I get disappointed, and either that or sometimes I just wait till the day's over, then I go back. Sometimes I talk with my sister or my brother, and I usually kind of hug my cats a little.
Your cat?
My cats. I have two.
You have two. All right. So for you, Charlotte, it's running, and then also you find comfort in your pets, your animals. So you both found comfort, and then that helps you deal with maybe the frustration. Kate?
When I get angry, I like to start reading.
So you turn to reading?
Yeah, because I really like reading, and I guess it just kind of puts me in my own world where no one can get into it. It's only me.
Isn't that an important piece where you get into your own world, and sometimes those less than nice people, you're keeping them out of that world?
Yes.
Yeah. Carson, you want to add something?
In 4th grade, we had this thing where you had to get math partners, and we would draw names out of a hat.
Math?
Yeah, for math. Like,
Okay.
you had to work for the week together. But I thought, like, if you didn't like that person and, they didn't get really high grades, then you can be a leader by helping them in the group. And it's only for a week. And that's how you can show being a leader instead of just having to.
Wow. I needed you in some of my college classes. I tell you, when I was working as a professor at the college level, there were students who worked with one another, and some didn't like the people they were working with. And we needed leaders like that. What you just said, Carson. That's powerful. All right, let me do a little, I need some words from you, okay? And let's see, in 5th grade or 4th grade, did you talk about, you know what a synonym is? You know what a synonym is?
Yes. It's a word that is similar or has the exact meaning of another word.
Okay, and it's a word that you can interchange. You can switch with another word. Yes. So leadership. We've been talking about leadership. Now, when you think of leadership, you might have to think a little bit on this. What are some words that come to mind? What are some words that come? They could be synonyms for leaders, or something a leader does. What are some of the synonyms?
Being a leader.
Okay, so leadership is being a leader.
I think of kindness.
All right, leadership.
Taking control.
Kindness and?
Taking control.
Taking control.
Being humble.
Being humble. Carson, can you explain a little bit? If someone is humble, what are they doing? What are they showing? How are they acting?
They're just acting like everything can be fair to everybody, and just like treat everyone like you would treat yourself.
Oh, wow. Anybody else? what you think of when you hear leadership.
Yeah, you lead people, you don't brag, and whenever someone needs help on anything and you know the answers, you won't give them the answers, but you'll help them figure it out.
All right. Now I'm going to ask 2 questions, and then we're going to go into something that I call a bonus round, some really different and fun questions. But 2 questions about leadership before we end this conversation. One is, the first one, from your perspective, from your view as leaders here at Atlantic Beach Elementary School, what's the toughest thing about it? Or what's the most exciting thing about it? You can answer either or both of those. Kate, you want to jump in?
I think the hardest thing about it is, like, some people just don't understand.
Yeah, sometimes you have to get people to understand what the issue is or the behavior. Excellent point. Charlotte?
The toughest thing for me is there are just some people that they're not my favorite kind of people. And I get mad about them sometimes. And I have to stay positive, and that's one of the hardest things. But
So you're working with somebody, you know as a leader you need to be positive, but there's something about this person that
ticks me off.
you just don't like. Interesting. Anybody else? What's the hardest thing about leadership, or the best thing, the most fun
The hardest thing about leadership for me is being a leader all the time. Because sometimes people just get on your nerves and you just want to yell at them. But instead, you got to stay positive, just talk nicely.
Yeah, I think sometimes we can all appreciate that. Some people just get on our nerves. But as a leader, you need to, you're leading everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's something that I heard somebody else say.
You can just like believe in yourself, because like if some people, if they get a bad grade, they believe that like they're not a leader, but everyone has a rough time here and there.
Sure. All right. Before we finish this and go into what I think is a fun round here, when you go off to, you figure in another 5 years, you're going to be in high school.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You're going to be in high school. Do you think you will be leaders there? Do you think you will be a leader in high school?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's something about leadership then that attracts you, that you like about it. So let's finish with that. We talked about the tough stuff. What is it that you like about leadership? Even though it's tough, it's hard work. You're always on with people that might upset you a little bit. What do you like about it?
Well, I mean, being a leader, it means you get to, like, do fun stuff because you just do. And I think it's like you earned it, because some people, they don't earn it because they're not the leader type of person.
Wow. So it's something you earn. You feel good about that you've earned it.
Yes.
Yes. Somebody else. What's great about being a leader?
It's that you like, I know sometimes that I've made people happy, and that just makes me, it just makes my day better. And when I know that people they're not as fortunate as us, that I can make them that better, it just makes me smile.
Just being able to reach out and make somebody's day a little bit better. That's pretty neat.
The best thing about leadership to me is helping people, because I like to help people.
It's being a helper.
I like leadership because you can help people, but also it's not just helping other people, it's about helping yourself know that you can accomplish things.
Wow. That's pretty powerful stuff here. This is really cool. All right, let's finish with these questions. All right, first question. Somebody earlier mentioned that you turn to reading, I think, when sometimes you get upset. So I'd like to know from each of you, what's the last book you read? Just feel free to answer. Just jump in.
It's a book. It's a book that my sister used to read. I don't know why, but I got really bored, so I read this book. It's called Moving Day.
Moving Day.
From
Okay.
Ali Finkel's Rules for Girls.
All right, so you read Moving Day. Kate?
My last book that I read was The Babysitter's Club, the series. And I think it was like 17 maybe. And I forget the actual name of it.
Okay.
The Spy Next Door. The last book I read was The Spy Next Door.
Spy Next Door.
Yes.
Yeah. And Carson?
The last one I read was the one Miss Stuckey got us for 4th grade. It was a gift when we were going into 5th grade. And it was a long book called The Mixed Up Files. I can't remember the last word of it, but Casey. Yeah, from The Mixed Up Files.
Wow. Okay, so that was your favorite, or your last book. All right, your favorite type of music.
I love pop so much.
You love pop so much. Okay.
I actually have my iPod in my pocket.
You carry it with you. Steve Jobs would be very proud.
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Same as Charlotte.
Say again?
Same as Charlotte.
Same as Charlotte. Pop. Favorite type of music?
Anything that comes on the radio.
Well, good. You're wide open. All right. One thing you would like adults to know about 5th graders that they might not know. One thing you'd want them to know about 5th graders, adults.
I want like my dad to know that if there's something that I don't necessarily need, if I earn it, maybe I can get it. So like we don't have to. Things have changed.
Things have
from
changed.
The olden days.
Charlotte, what are the olden days to you? Is that like 3rd grade?
No, the olden days to me is when my parents were little.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that you want the okay. That's an interesting from a 5th grader's perspective. You'd like the adults to know things aren't quite the same as they were when you were a 5th grader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we don't wear. We like different things.
We like different things.
Times have changed, people.
Okay.
We are going through changes, and we can be stubborn people. Very stubborn people.
Definitely.
As 5th graders, you can be very stubborn people.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Including yourself?
I am very stubborn, yes.
That it can be really hard.
Being
And,
a 5th grader.
And like maybe our parents don't remember what it's like to have to do all the hard work.
The hard work of being a 5th grader. And?
That we might need more help on the 5th grade homework than we did in the 4th and 5th.
A little more help on homework, please. That could help us. All right. And the last question for you. If you could sit down with one leader, it could be a world leader, a school leader, a local leader, anybody, and have lunch, who would it be?
I have a lot.
You pick one.
Could it be a famous person?
Anybody. Yeah, it could be famous. It could be somebody that nobody knows but you.
George Washington.
You would sit down with George Washington, our first president. Wow. He'd have a lot to share, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Yes. Who would you sit down with? One. You want to do 2, huh? 2. Okay, give me 2 if you have to.
2.
Go ahead, Melissa.
Klay Thompson, Odell Beckham, Cam Newton, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan.
All right, you named them.
Jesus and Gordon Ramsay.
Jesus and Gordon Ramsay. Now, that'd be an interesting lunch.
And God.
And?
It would be Mackenzie Ziegler and Annie LeBlanc.
Okay. Well, you know, folks, I appreciate you being with us today. This has been a lot of fun for me. And I appreciate you giving up a part of your vacation to be here with us. You did well. You did phenomenally well. And we're going to bring it to a close. So I want to thank, again, Melissa, Charlotte, Carson, and Kate for being with us. Thank you very, very much. And I want to thank the listeners for joining us today. Without you, there's no Growth and Resilience Network. I thank you for sharing our podcast with family, friends, colleagues, community leaders, and yes, even fifth graders. Please share. And if you have a few moments, please consider posting a review on iTunes. You can visit my website, stevepiscitelli.com, for more information about upcoming conversations. And while at the website, I made it easy for you to sign up for the newsletter list. So until we meet again, either virtually or somewhere in person around this great nation, this is Steve Piscitelli from my world headquarters here in Atlantic Beach, Florida, and today at Atlantic Beach Elementary School. And thanking everybody here who made this possible today. And reminding all of us to choose well, live well, and be well. Can you say bye-bye, folks?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.